Hi there, fellow Hong Kong and Asian movie fans. Today we're taking a look at another release from Vinegar Syndrome.
Yes, we're going to a dark place with the Ebola Syndrome.
Welcome to Hong Kong Blu-rays, or as we like to call it, HKB. I'm Leon, and this is Shaz. Say hi, Shaz.
Hi, Shaz.
So today we got some more category free for you guys. We know you love this stuff. We're revisiting another Anthony Wong film, also directed by Herman, like The Untold Story, which we previously covered on the channel. But this time it's the EBOLA Syndrome. Ebola! So, Shaz, what did you think of this one? How do you back it up against The Untold Story?
Pretty similar feelings of disgust, I'd say. Yeah, Anthony Wong's character is pretty repulsive. Oh, yeah. But he plays it so well.
Yes.
He really seems to get into the mindset of these terrible characters he plays.
That's commitment to role. You know, he's a great actor for doing that. I would say this one's a little less serious than The Untold Story, you know, but it's still pretty dark. I mean, the setup on this, again, he commits murder in Hong Kong, just like he did in Untold Story, and then he takes off. But this time he goes to South Africa, I believe, and he works for a restaurant owner who's played by one of the Venoms, Meng. And things go from bad to worse, and when they're going out to like a village, like a Zulu village, to try and get some cheap meat, some cheap pigs, Anthony attacks some woman on the way back, some tribal woman, and he manages to pick up Ebola. And as luck has it, he's the 1 in 10 million that seems to have a natural immunity to Ebola, but he's a carrier. And yeah, more murders, more mayhem, more gross stuff in South Africa, and then off back to Hong Kong to spread even more mayhem and chaos. What do you think of the setup?
Yeah, quite clever, I guess.
Yeah?
Yeah, what did you think?
Well, I like it. I like the simplicity of these stories. They're so easy to follow, you know, and there is a lot packed in there. There's a lot of tension. Like you say, there is some, I've got to be honest, folks, there is some pretty disgusting stuff in these films. It's not for everybody's taste, and if you were to turn off and say, nah, that's not for us, we completely understand. Everybody's threshold is different. You know, I've been fortunate enough to meet Anthony Wong at a film showing up in Birmingham many years ago. He's a very, very nice guy. And, you know, I kind of look beyond what's on screen and just take it as a form of entertainment. And you could say, what's entertaining about it? Well, it's a situation that hopefully none of us will ever see ourselves in. It's quite intense, and then you get a performance of people that you're never likely to meet. You know, it's loud, it's painted with bold colours. And if you can take it at face value and realise that this is just out there, a little bit of shock, build up some tension, you know, you get that. Almost, to me, it's almost like stress relief watching these films, you know. It's so far detached from reality, what goes on, and it's so colourful that I find it entertaining despite some of the stuff that goes on.
Maybe it's like a sense of relief, like, thank goodness it's all made up.
Yeah, it definitely has that aspect to it, but it's also fun to see actors push themselves to do roles that probably are uncomfortable to do, you know?
And a lot of people wouldn't take them on.
Yeah, but not Anthony. Anthony is daring as anything. Yeah. So you're only probably used. I mean, I know you've seen this one before a long time ago, but you're probably only really used to seeing Meng in like Shaw Brothers films. What did you think of his performance in this, including some of his non-kung fu action scenes?
Yeah, it was all right, I thought. So very different.
Yeah. You know what scene I'm talking about in particular, don't you? He's when with his wife, he's let's say he's got a bit of a reputation amongst his workforce as being equipped, and they can all hear how happy his wife is whilst he's pleasuring her. And yeah, that puts a good setup for Anthony doing some rather disgusting stuff while listening to them. So yeah, that is pretty distasteful, to be honest. But on the same hand, if you're a little bit like me, you will see the humour in it as well. I would say it's very almost like black comedy.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Can you see that aspect to it? Yeah.
Yeah, because it's not really funny,
No.
but it is.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's also another Hong Kong Blu-ray's favourite. We got Xing Fu on it as well.
Yeah.
Right at the beginning. Yeah.
Yeah, not for very long, but
No.
yeah, he does turn up in it.
Yeah. Always great to have that guy in there, and he's always you know, in his own way, he's just as loud and bad and brassy as Anthony. You know, he always puts in a performance, no matter how big or small the role. So yeah, we were very happy to see him in there. And yeah, I've never seen the EBOLA Syndrome look so good as it does on this Vinegar Syndrome 4K. I was well impressed, and this time around we're getting the full version as well, which is very, very nice. There were some scenes that pretty much upset you in this, some animal stuff.
Yeah, I don't watch it. I'm just like
Yeah.
I don't like to see that.
That is one thing, you know, I can't say I agree with, you know. I don't like seeing animal cruelty in films too, but I take it as an abject lesson of how things were and how far we've come since then. And, you know, the lesson that happened, we don't want this stuff happening again, you know. Luckily today we've got plenty of special effects so we can sidestep that, you know. Sensibilities, the time was different back then. People have learned, people have grown, people more understanding, caring, and you know, I can't see that sort of thing happening today. It is hard watch, and we thought better mention it because some of you out there, you know, sensibilities might be that is just a little step too far for you. Again, we completely understand that. We look at the film as, you know, historic context in Hong Kong cinema as well, because you know, category 3, the 90s, that time they did push out some harsh stuff, but there's also some good stuff to be, you know, taken from it too. But yeah, I mean, it's going to sound odd, but I do really like this film, and I like where the story goes. I like the darkness. I like the colour to it. Before I give my score, are there any final words you'd like to say on the EBOLA Syndrome?
I think you've pretty much covered it all. You know, it's not an easy watch. Some of it is downright disgusting. But like you say, there is something to take from it. I did still sort of enjoy it as a whole. Say some bits I didn't watch, cover my eyes up. But yeah, it's out there, and say it is a piece of Hong Kong cinema history.
Yeah. Apologies for the phone going off, folks. There's always people after us. But yeah, it is a major part of category 3 history, and Herman Yao, Anthony Wong, they are an amazing team up. You know, despite what you might think of the content, for me, I really do enjoy this one. Perhaps not quite as much as the Untold Story, because they're more comical with the horror that's going on in this, and I think it, you know, I prefer it when it is genuinely horrific. For me, this one's an 8 out of 10.
For me, this is a 7 out of 10.
So a few words about this release from Vinegar Syndrome itself. We have a nice slipcover, Shaz.
Yes.
Loving the artwork on this. Think it really, really stands out. And then we also have a reversible sleeve on the Blu-ray itself, which we swapped round because we have the same art as the slipcase.
Yeah, that's what the other picture was.
And then we have a rather disturbing looking image of Anthony Wong. Inside we have a Blu-ray and a 4K. 4K looks absolutely gorgeous, do you think?
Yeah. Brilliant picture. Yeah.
And on the Blu-ray we have a ton of extras. I'll just read out to you what we have. So we know it's a newly scanned, restored in 4K from 35mm original negative. We have a brand new introduction by director Herman Yao, brand new interview with Herman Yao, Cantonese with Dr. Yao, a brand new featurette with Herman Yao on the difficulties of translating Cantonese into English. It's an archival interview with Herman Yao and actor Anthony Wong. Archival commentary track with Herman Yao and Anthony Wong. And then there's a brand new commentary track with film historian and author Sam Deegan. We listened to about half of this, didn't we, before we filmed? Wow, she's really, really good. I mean,
it was really interesting.
Yeah.
Commentary, brilliant.
We would say if you're going to listen to one of them, listen to that one, because she's, really takes what she's doing seriously and fills it with information. There's a 20-page booklet, which we have here. Yes. This is quite good. We got a little bit of writing at the beginning about director Herman Yao, and then there's like a transcription of a round table about the Ebola syndrome with some, quite eminent people within the industry, or at least the fandom. We haven't watched all of these extras yet, but there's so much on there, and I think the fact that you've got new extras on there really makes this stand out. By the way, the Blu-ray is region A, B and C, so wherever you are, you'll be able to play the Blu-ray, and 4Ks as always, you can play anywhere. Such a great package, lovely, top job Vinegar Syndrome. We're really loving these releases, 5 stars. So if you've made it through this far into our video, then perhaps give us a like, let us know that you enjoyed it.
If you fancy picking up a copy of this release, there's a purchase link in the description below.
We really had a lot of fun on this episode. We hope you guys did too. We look forward to seeing you next time, and remember folks, be true and buy the blue.